a little context for y'all. If you see that I am oily and sweating, it is because it is currently, let me show y'all real quick. It is 101 degrees, okay? And on top of that, the power went out today. So I was at the gym earlier and I came home and the power's out. So I can't plug in my fan, can't turn on my ceiling fan, the AC doesn't work. So yeah, just to give you guys some context. Okay, I got my water right here. I've been hydrating, but that's okay. That's not stopping me from recording this video. Good thing I charged my camera earlier this morning, because if not, I wouldn't be recording right now. Praise the Lord. Everyone is a beginner at some point. I've been a beginner. Obviously, you gotta start somewhere, right? The first mistake a lot of beginners tend to make when they're starting to strength train is neglecting their warm-up and cool down, or just not doing it properly. A warm-up is very important because it's in the name. It warms up your body. It warms up those muscles that you're about to work. You want to warm up those areas with dynamic stretches. So dynamic stretches means it's a type of stretch where you are moving a certain area in order to bring blood flow to that specific area. So for example, you guys see me doing legs right now. So I am warming up my hip muscles. I'm warming up my hamstrings, my glutes. So because you're bringing blood flow to the specific areas that you're about to use, that's gonna lower your risk of injuries. A lot of people tend to do static stretches, and that's actually another thing that will not only increase your risk of injury, but that's also going to hinder your performance with the workout, because doing static stretches means that you're telling your body to slow down. You're telling your body to cool down. A static stretch means that you are holding a specific area for about like 20 seconds or more. So for example, let's say I'm doing a pigeon stretch, right? To stretch my glutes, and I'm holding that position for like 30 seconds. That's a static stretch because I'm static. My glutes are static right there. Like static means like kind of like held in place basically. So again, dynamic stretches are for warm-ups, static stretches are for cool downs. The second mistake beginners might make is having poor form or technique with their exercises. So how do you avoid bad form? You should start with lighter weights or even body weight and just practice the form of that particular exercise before you even think about adding weight to it. Even if it does feel easy, just stay with the light weights for a little bit. I do this with my clients a lot. So when they first start training with me, the first week consists of either light weights or body weights. It just kind of depends on them, their movement, their range of motion. And there are numerous factors that go into that. But overall, their first week with me is very light. Slow and steady wins the race. It's better to start slow and build it up. You can also record your workouts, and I know a lot of people may feel scared to pull out a tripod, set it up, and put your phone there and record and everything. Recording does help a lot because you can really pinpoint certain things that you might be doing that you can't even notice within yourself when you're actually doing the exercise. Does that make sense? Like, it's just better like once you have a video of yourself from the side, from the back, from the front, wherever, whatever you're doing, like you can actually see everything. The third mistake that beginners might make is not tracking your progress, meaning that you are not writing down any of the exercises, the sets, the reps, the weight that you're doing. And it's very important to write it down because you have to be able to challenge yourself little by little as you go, right? And are you really going to remember every single weight that you're doing for every single exercise? Because I know me, like when I'm working out, I can think I remember, but then there are some moments where, I don't know, I just kind of blank out and I'm like, wait a minute, like, did I do 120? Did I do 110? Did I do this? Like, wait a minute, like, I think I did 10 reps, or did I do 8? So it's just better to write everything down, write it down in the notes section on your phone, so that way it's right there and you know for sure that you are logging every single thing in. The fourth tip that some beginners might make is overtraining. How do you avoid overtraining? You want to make sure that you are incorporating some rest days into your weekly routine. Very important to allow your body to rest and recover. A lot of people do not emphasize this enough. Rest and recovery are just as important as the workouts, just as important as nutrition. I would say give yourself at least 2 rest days. 2 rest days throughout the week, so that your body's recovering, Your muscle tissues need time to repair, and if you're not giving your muscles enough time to repair, then over a period of time you're going to start to see a plateau. You're not going to see much progress. So it's really important to prevent yourself from doing that. You also just have to build a healthy relationship with exercise and with yourself. So a lot of people want to go ham in the beginning and just go in and start with like 5 days a week and all these different things. But slow and steady wins the race. And I feel like a lot of people hear that and brush it off. They're like, yeah, I get it, I know. But do you really though? Because you can know something, but do you actually apply it? Knowing an application are two very different things. As your trainer bestie over here, I'm just trying to help you out and I'm looking out for you. I mean, if you are a beginner and you can handle 5 days a week, then that's fine. I mean, hey, if you can handle it, you can handle it. Your body builds muscle during recovery. So again, rest and recovery are super, super important. I am sweating. The overtraining point is actually going to go into this next point a little bit. Fifth mistake that some beginners might make is starting off with too many days per week if they can't sustain it for whatever reason. It could just be your work schedule, your school schedule, your kid's school schedule, or your partner's schedule, or life. You know, it could just be other aspects of life that might make that 5 times a week routine a little hard to sustain, or a lot hard to sustain, just depending. So if you do feel like, okay, honestly, I cannot do 5 times per week, I can do 2 to 3. That is perfectly fine. Whenever you feel like, okay, I have been able to sustain working out 2 to 3 times a week, I'm gonna add a 4th day. So then you can add a 4th day. Maintain that for a little bit, see how that goes. And then over time, you can bump it up to a 5th day and maintain that, sustain that, build that habit, that routine, and then boom, you are already consistent and sustaining a 5 time per week routine. The 6th mistake that I think some beginners make is neglecting mobility. Mobility is very important. Mobility is when you are training your muscles, your joints, or certain areas to be able to move with larger or bigger ranges of motion. So just an example, shoulder mobility, right? I am able to move my shoulder all the way around, like from here all the way behind with no issue. That means I have good shoulder mobility when it comes to doing this. However, there are some people that can only go right here. There are only some people that can go right here. There are some people that can go right here, but they can't like bring it all the way, you know what I mean? So yeah, mobility is being able to move in larger ranges of motion smoothly, right? Without any discomfort or anything like that. When you start to improve your mobility in different areas like your shoulders, your hips, your ankles, you are going to see a huge difference in your big lifts. And when I say big lifts, I mean just in your strength training workouts and the workouts that you are lifting heavy, because a lot of people want to lift heavy. You know, a lot of people see others on social media squatting 225, 315, whatever, right? You have to have really great mobility in order for that squat to look perfect. In the warm-up that you guys saw me doing in the beginning of the video had a lot of mobility type of warm-ups or mobility type of dynamic stretches. So you can always include mobility into your warm-up. That way you are preparing your body for the movements that you're about to do. You can also include them on your rest days as well. You know, you can take like 15 minutes to do a mobility routine. I mean, do whatever works for you, right? But just overall, it's really important to not neglect mobility. I wish I would have known this. The 7th mistake that some beginners can make with strength training is doing the same weights and same reps all the time. So at some point, you have to apply progressive overload. What is that? Progressive overload basically means you are challenging yourself little by little, maybe not per week, but at least every other week. You are challenging yourself, and you can do this in different ways. Add more reps to the exercise if you feel like you can. You can add more weight. You can add another set. You can also change the tempo, so like the speed of the exercise. Slowing down the exercise can make it more challenging and make it harder. And it's also going to help you keep the exercise more slow and controlled and actually controlling the weight and the movement. Because a lot of times people just like do an exercise like super quick without actually letting their muscles kind of like feel what they're doing. So you can do it a little more slow and controlled, different ways like that. Don't be scared to pick up a new weight. Don't be scared to challenge yourself. And of course, little by little. Now, you don't want to add 50 pounds to it, okay? But, you know, add 10 pounds, 20 pounds, or 15 pounds or something like that. Add 5 pounds. Again, just do whatever works for you. But as long as you are challenging yourself, then little by little, you will make progress, because a lot of times people will just get comfortable doing the same way, same reps, doing the same thing, and they wonder why they're not making progress. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope these tips helped you guys out so that you can avoid making these mistakes as a beginner, or who knows, maybe you're not a beginner, you're an advanced lifter or intermediate lifter, and maybe you just needed a reminder of these things. That's perfectly fine. Sometimes we need reminders, but I hope this helped you guys out in any way, shape, or form. If you guys have any video requests, any videos you guys want to see, please let me know in the comments down below. I will be more than happy to make those videos for you. If you have questions, let me know in the comments below. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. So I thank you guys so much for watching my video. I appreciate it. Please make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Turn on those post notifications that you get notified on your phone every time I upload a brand new video. Alright guys, well, you stay tuned for my next video. Bye.